Hey, welcome back to A Second Chance. My name is Philip Jones.
And my name is Tafaro Cook, two-time kidney transplant recipient and founder of Kidney Care Coaches, where we coach people with stage 3 to stage 5 kidney disease. If you or you know someone who has that challenge, hit us up at kidneycarecoaches.com.
Hey, man, we got an awesome story for you coming in from Mr. Fred Hill. A lot of you might have seen him on our conference or on Kidney Trail Summit this past week. He tore it down like he always does, man. Mr. Hill, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. I'm doing it. I'm just excited, man. I really appreciate, yes, I appreciate you guys having me on tonight, man. I've been pumped since you asked me to be on here, man. I just been telling everybody, man. I'm just excited, man, about my new circle, man, of understanding. It's I'm not by myself or pushing this story. Now I'm by myself trying to make a difference in the world, man, dealing with this kidney disease, man. Hey, I'm gonna put it like this. It's we're changing the world together. And I don't know. I guess for me, in the sucker, I just feel like we the super friends or something. I don't know, man. I see, with Jonathan Trailer and what's going on Kidney Trails with Krista and Rosa. I mean, hey, I just feel like there's nothing that we can't do, man. I mean, in every aspect of life, dealing with this health and everything else, man. I'm just glad to be a part of it, man. Thank you guys for having me here. Thank you so much, so much.
We appreciate it to the max, man. Let's do this, man. Let's hear about you. Go ahead.
Well,
Start from the
I guess we'll
beginning.
start from the beginning, man. Listen, hey,
Yeah.
um, I'm from the dirt, if that makes any sense, man. I'm from the dirt. I come from absolutely nothing. I want to say it like this. I beat the statistics. That right there in itself, man. I beat the statistics. Is that's in every aspect of the word. I'm gonna hit it like growing up. My mom died when my father went to prison, 2 life sentences when I was 5. My mama died when I was 9 years old. And then being raised by family, man, and they just, I mean, family was really hard on us, man. Neglect, abuse, all these different things, man, for all these years. And so when my father got out of prison, I mean, I thank God he was supposed to get 2 life sentences, but he came out when I was 13, from 5 to 13. But and we moved, man, into the ghetto. We didn't have anything, didn't have nothing, man. I mean, the bugs, the rats, the holes in the walls, no shoes. And growing up, man, I had to wear my sister's hand me. So all these different things that were going on, man, and statistically, if we talking statistically, said I was what's the word? A product of my environment. So I responded to what was around me. I was on my way to jail or dead with the people and everything was around me. But in my mind, that was the way for me to survive because I didn't have anything. I hate to say this, but I had to go steal it. I had to do whatever to survive, to steal, even steal food, steal birthday presents and stealing Christmas. Statistically says that when you grow out a father and you without a mother, that means that you're supposed to be in jail. That means you're supposed to never arrive at have anything. But man, I tell you, statistics, and that in itself, man, by itself, thinking that, hey, we live at anything. And so I think I said before, I was 19 or 17 years old before I entered into a house that didn't have roaches. So for me, normal thing for roaches. I thought it was a normal thing for the reef. That was normal because everything that's how I lived. but being in a place of seeing that things can understand that I don't have to live like this anymore. And for me, again, I beat this. Was good. It provided. Thank God for it. But for me, man, we beat the statistics. And so in the mindset of all of that, when kidney disease kicked in, 40 years old, kidney disease kicked in. So in my eyes, for me, the first thing I thought was, I am going to die. Kidney disease runs in my family. The cystic kidney disease, it runs in our family. And so my grandmother had it, she died. My sister had it, she died. 2 aunts had it, they died. Cousin had it, they died. So now Fred knows with polycystic kidney disease and told that you got to see anybody. So the whole mindset for me was, Fred Hill, you're about to die. You're about to leave this earth. And I'm 40 years old, got a 10-year-old son with my wife. And so in that first year, man, I was just so depressed. That first year, I was just so broke down and waiting on death. I think that's the thing that for me. Now, everybody else's story may be different, but for mine, it was, am I going to die today? You know, am I going to leave this earth today? And so I stayed in that place of depression. But man, something hit me. One day my son came to me and he asked me, could we throw the ball or something? But once I went on dialysis, man, I had the excuse of, I can't because I'm on dialysis. I can't do because I'm on dialysis. And man, everything began to just wither away. I mean, my marriage, because I can't, not doing anything, man. You hurting, you losing energy, and you, man, when I tell you my confidence was gone, man, I mean, it broke me down to absolutely, man, I was just dead man walking, if that makes sense, man. I was dead man walking. I had no energy. I was walking around, no life. But my son asked me one day, he was getting ready to ask me, and he said, no, Daddy, that's okay. And he turned around and he walked off. Man, and I realized then, because me and my son, we're close to this day. He's 21 now, and everything together. I'm that involved father. I'm that father that's right there one-on-one, man. That's my boy, because of how my childhood was. Everything about my childhood, I don't want him to experience that. So that's what I poured into. And when it hit me that he turned around because that answer was about to come out of my mouth, I can't because of dialysis. Man, that was the key turning point to my life, to where I said, listen, I'm on dialysis, man, but I'm still alive. And I'm causing death, if this makes sense, to my marriage, to a relationship with my son, with my brothers and sisters, everything around me, man. I was in my own cocoon, just preparing to leave this earth, man. But it hit me, and I came to understand that dialysis was not a death sentence. Without it, I would have already been dead. I would have been dead. So the mindset came and said, listen, man, dialysis is giving you a second chance at life, and you sitting here and you doing nothing, man. Look at this beautiful woman that you have right here, and you're not enjoying her. Look at this healthy son you got right here. You're not enjoying. Look at the life that you still have. Man, get up from where you are and go do something about your life. At that moment, man, my whole life, I came to a place to appreciate dialysis, man, because it was my battery for life. Every time I plug up, man, it live and to go and get my life, man. And so from that point, man, everything that I did, now I understood for me, the whole list of you can't do this, you can't. And so, but the mindset for me, I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, man, and I'm one that loves life. And so for me, I said, listen, I can't. My motto is this: is try then multiply. So if you've ever been in the way, try then modify. Try and then modify. I'm sorry. Try and then.
Did you freeze in your end, Mr. Cook?
You make that thing work. Am I still in? Am I still in?
Yeah, you back. You good.
So you then you multiply. Excuse me. You try and then you modify. Try your bums no more. But let's go 20. Let's go 25. Let's go there. Baby doll, I'm hooked in. I got life and say, I'm going to live.
Did you freeze on your end, Mr. Cook?
No.
Keep going, Fred. You good? Oh, he just went out. Okay.
All right. Yeah, he's back in. Hold on one second.
Man, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you good now.
Man, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with my connection, man. We're good. I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize for those who are watching, man. But try and modify. And so my whole mindset is, listen, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life big. I'm going to enjoy everything in life and come to a point to say, listen, I'll never take anything for granted. I'll take the next breath. The whatever meal I have, whatever it is, I'm going to take it for granted. And the thing is, for many people may look, and if you really know my story, it may sound bad. But the thing is, listen, I didn't die in it. I didn't go under in it. I didn't give up in it. I didn't succumb to it. And so in the midst of it all, I'm going to go and throw it out, y'all. I love God. So God kept me through the midst of it all, strengthened me in the midst of it all. And I never looked like what I was going through. So I look at myself right now, going back to school, getting my certificate to be a dialysis technician, and I used that to train people, those on dialysis. Went back to school again to become a life coach for people on dialysis. Tafara, I'm walking in your steps, man. I'm just excited about life. So before a lot of this, I went in, I wrote the book, Dialysis is Not Your Life, because I believe that we all go through something, and God gives us a story, but there's power in our mouths. There's power in our story, and our story can change so many lives if we're not afraid to tell whatever it is. And for some people would be ashamed to say the things that happen in their lives of from beginning to end, and police records and all this coming up as a teenager. But listen, I broke the statistic. I'm not a statistic. So I look at life and I said, listen, let's tell others who when you go in, when I went into the clinic, everybody looked like what's the word? And I hope I don't sound like I'm talking about people, but the mindset was, I used to look, I don't want to look like that no more. I don't want to look like my life is over, and I don't want to look like, come in and live the cycle of dialysis and that's it. And I'm because yes, I did do that, and that's out here. Can I say this? And it may sound crazy, but the sky's bluer. The ash smell better. People look better. And so if I can feel like the way that I feel or felt when I was on dialysis, and if I can feel like I feel with this kidney transplant, listen, let's go in. Let's tell some people you can change your life. You can redefine your life while you are on dialysis. You can still live big. You can still go after your hopes, your dreams, your desires. Your life is not over, man. And so the thing, I look at it, I beat the statistics, man. I'm alive. I'm doing good. I look good. I feel good. Got my sexy back. Got my groove on. So my whole thing is, listen, you can get it too. But it starts right here in the mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I love this. Let me chime in with a question though, and I want to start back from the beginning. You said something that was really, really profound, man, and everything you say is always profound. But you said something right here was, it was the first time that I seen something different. And I want you to elaborate a little bit. Like, when was the first time? You know, your childhood was pretty, you know, it was pretty hectic and everything. But when was the first time that you saw something different, and you was like, wow, I could be something different? Let's expand on that.
I'm gonna say this. Everything growing up, you know, I'm a city kid, from the street. I mean, I know that may sound bad. I mean, but I can't be ashamed of my past.
Hey, I am too.
So everything I saw was, I hear you, man. I hear you. So my life, I mean, and I'm not ashamed because I'm not there anymore. But you know, all I knew was breaking into houses. All I knew was the stealing. All I knew was street life. You know, it was the hustle. It was, you know, you do this to get a little money in your pocket, whatever, you know. But it came to a place, man. I remember I was in Greenville, North Carolina, and it was this promoter, Mr. Vernon. He was there, man, and he had, this was in maybe the 80s. I think it was in 80s, early 90s, something like that, you know, the late 80s. So he had Rolls Royce, and Mr. Vernon told me to get in it. Man, I got into this Rolls Royce, man, and I sat in this thing, man, and it was, because see, everything we've been in been the broke down. You gotta, I don't know if y'all, this may tell my age. When you get in the car, you gotta kind of pump the pedal. You know, they pump the pedal. And then they hit the key, they still pumping and going. You know, that, I mean, that's where we from. So, and then you looking at, you didn't have you couldn't let the window down. You know, you had to pull it down and pull it back up. You know,
right?
All those different things. Didn't have a gas cap. You know, so you open the hood and got pliers connected to it. So I mean, all this was my life. So that's the thing that I see. So seeing Mr. Vernon, and he looked like me. You know, he was from the street like I was, but he didn't get what he had saving my money. I started doing something. He said, man, everything that I have, you can have too. And he put a couple of $100 in my hand. And at that point, I realized, listen, I can go after everything that I want. Now, this man was not a mentor to me, but to me, for that moment, he became my mentor. It was something that I seen, not talking to me or calling, whatever, but man, it was something. He had the phone in his car, the old school phone with the cord, if you would. You know, and
right.
You do it like this. I mean, hey, y'all might be too young to know that the dial thing.
No, I know.
So, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He had that in his car, man. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, man, listen here. So I'm doing like a big kid, man, with the stuff on.
That's gangster back in the day. Come on now.
He put money in my pocket, man, that there's more to life than where you are right now, but you got to go get it. You got to change ways. You got to change people. You got to change circles. It's a mindset. And so my mindset was, listen, I don't have to live in a house with bugs. I don't have to live in a house with roaches. I mean, go and get you and eat to see something different, man. And all my life, I guess for me, when I see something and in my mind, listen, let's go get it. So whatever we got to do the right way, let's go do it. If we got to save, if I got to go back to school, this is crazy, but if I got to cut off negative people, listen, I'm going to do what I got to do in order for everything to go here. And so now the same lesson is being taught to my son. And go after life. 21, you go out, live your life, because you only get one chance. Only get one. So let's go get it, man. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Hill. Would you say that when you met Mr. Vernon was your time of you kind of hitting your reset button?
Yes. Because I'm gonna put it this way. It would have been good for him to hold my hand and to tell me, take this step. But man, it hit the reset button in me
to say, to start over again, because reset, one of the meetings says to start over in a different place or a different way. And so for me, man, it was like a rebirth. It was like a rebirth for me. Now, I didn't know how, but I knew that I was going to do it. That was my mindset. I believe that once you see something and that thing really gets in your mind, I really believe that thing, man. When that's for me, that's my focus in life. When I see it and that thing is in me, and so for me, in every aspect, man, when I could see my health in my mind, I didn't have energy. I mean, I own dialysis, man. I was still in that, your mindset, but I had to see something. So like you said, that was the beginning of my reset, man. And so for me now, that's my life. That's what I live by, because for me, I reach times every 5 minutes. So whatever hits you, man, it can knock the wind, can knock the view. But I realized that connected to me. So I cannot stay down. I cannot stay broken. I can't stay in that place, man. I have got to get up. You, Philip, because the thing is, I'm looking at right now, I got to get up, so I cannot remain. There's a reset button in all of us, and life happens to all of us. People die, people get hurt, you lose jobs, people walk away, people fall out of love with you. I mean, all of these things happen, but if we remain in that place of hurt, of grief, of pain, man, we will never live or become obtain. We will have. So for me, it's not, don't worry, but the mindset is when it hits, do about it, Fred Hill. What are you gonna do about it? I'm one of the guys. What are you gonna do, Fred Hill? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna change it? How are you gonna fix it? How are you gonna turn it around? How are you gonna get up? Stop worrying about it and start moving. Start doing something. I think me and you, Tafara, was talking about living and waiting on somebody to throw you a lifeline. And I remember telling you there were times when it didn't come. So if you're waiting on that lifeline and out to you, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and die? But to save you, this is going to sound harsh,
sometimes,
but shame. I'm
there
sorry,
you
go
go.
ahead.
No, but that's just what I was going to say. I believe sometimes you got to make your own lifeline.
Yeah.
And that's what you was about to say. So we're on the same pathway with that. Exactly. But let me ask you a question real quick. I know, when you get that empowerment, when you're on dialysis, it's almost like the transplants are given. Like, what's coming. You can feel it inside your heart because you're already good. And the good just automatically comes to you because you feel good already. And you're in a good space. Let me ask you something. Can you elaborate on when you heard that you were about to get a transplant and how you felt at that moment and everything? Let's take you back right there and so explain to us a little bit on that.
I want to say something before, because it doctor told me I have 7 operations. 7 operations for the kidney transplants. He was telling me she told me that they would first have to take out one kidney and then go take out the other kidney and then put one kidney in and then put another kidney in and then come and do. It was 7 surgeries in all that she said.
I never heard nothing like that before.
I was terrified. I was absolutely naming. I didn't want to go on the list because, I'm looking at right now, this dialysis already kicking me and I'm trying to get it together now. So I got my mind. But when I changed, when I changed doctors and I told them about it, and they told me what the real deal is supposed to be. So when you tell me how did I feel, the first part was I don't have to go through 7 surgeries. That first one was I don't have to. Go ahead.
I just wonder what she was talking about, because I've talked to several surgeons and everything, and I've never heard somebody have to get surgeries before you get a transplant. So I'm
Seven,
just
seven.
like, when I hear something like this, I'm like, elaborate, because I really want to hear what she was talking, what she meant by that.
Right.
For me, man, and so my wife was don't know, because I don't know anything about transplant.
Right.
I don't know anything about dialysis. I mean, for right here, deals with blood disappear. Choose one, and that was for me. That's
I got
experience of living on one versus the other. How does with my life? I didn't have that. So scary movies, but I don't like blood. So my and so that was my choice. But once I come to a place of understanding, I had a hernia working out when I started trying to work out the old way. I'm not going to go into it. You can't lift the old way when you're on dialysis. You just can't do it. So I end up messing that up and learning what not to. I learned what to do by what not to do, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so with that, man, it was just something scary, man, for her to say that to me. And I didn't know anything else. And so the funny thing, when I went to my new doctor, I'm not kicking nobody else because the lady, she took good care of me on dialysis. She really did. She really helped me that you're going to be all right, Fred. She gave me a whole lot of wisdom, a whole lot of things of understanding, because at one point, man, you're doing good. And I'm gonna come back to your question, but doing really good. And when I went to Charleston, MUSC for the all day blood work, y'all know that one. So when I walked in in this room, and I'm looking around, they were wheeling people in wheelchairs. They had some in these bed things that you get out of the emergency, the ambulance. You seen people, their skin was yellow, eyes were yellow. It looked real bad. And I'm gonna say it like this: nobody looked like me.
Right.
When I was there, they was asking me, so who are you here with? Who are you here? So for me, the thing that got me, when I left there, I went back to my doctor and I was like, you know what? There's so many people who need a kidney more than I do. I said, so I'm not going to put my name on the list because I'm doing really good. And I said, and these people, they look like they're at the point of death. So I said, just take my name off. And she told me, she looked me right in my face and she said, that's the dumbest thing that anybody's ever said. And I'm sitting here and she said, because you work for this. You've done everything right. You're doing good. And the better you are with your kidney transplant, the better everything is going to go.
Right.
It's good that you have a heart. Didn't do to get in the situation in which they're in, for you and for your family, for your house, for your loved ones. So when that kidney comes in for you, it's something you do and change. Understand, you did the work. And that was everything else that was kind of crazy. And so my new doctor, he just started laughing. He said, I don't understand. I don't know where she was coming from. That's not the way it's gonna happen. You go in, they're gonna put the kidney in, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna come back and say that the way you are now. He said, I'm telling you, Fred, your life is going to. And so for me, that was the reset button. I don't know why she said what I don't know why 7 surgeries. I don't know why, but I thought that was the truth for over a year. And honestly, if I would have remained up under her, I probably wouldn't have got a kidney for, until she retired or whatever. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. And it wasn't that I left on my own. It was just a clinic open, close.
Right. a clinic open up closer to you. But that's why I feel
And so
like
that's the reason why.
right.
I
I think God always is working, man. Get you out of a situation to put you in a better situation and everything like that. So I think that was a perfect situation where, hey, another clinic open, you just haphazardly to go to that other clinic that's closer and these doctors. I was even thinking when she said, 7 surgeries, maybe she was trying to scare you not to get a transplant. I don't know, because I've never heard, from my experience, you got to understand, I'm nowhere near a doctor, but I do know a lot about this. I've been going through it since I was 18. So I would have been like, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound familiar to me. But go ahead.
Right. I mean, but I didn't know any better. All I knew was my choice was
right,
I didn't want to go up under that knife 7 times.
right,
And
right.
I didn't know. So I mean, for me, I guess I'm that guy. I told you I love scary movies, so I'm not that guy that's gonna go down that dark hall and you hearing noises and all of that. So you tell me don't go in there, I'm not going. I trust you. Let's ride. And I trusted her. I trusted her because again, she took good care of me on dialysis. Now, whether she was trying to scare me or not, I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm grateful for Bruce Murdoch. I can call his name out. I'm grateful for Bruce Murdoch. That's my nephrologist now. And he has been absolutely remarkable. Listen, Bruce Murdoch, he's your man. I'm telling you, he's your man. Yes, yes.
Phil, go ahead. Phil, I know you said you had to do something. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. We're gonna go to a commercial real quick. We'll come right back with Mr. Fred Hill and his dynamic story. Hey, welcome back to a second chance. We're here with Mr. Fred Hill. Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
Oh no, yeah, man. Whew, this is a mind blowing segment right here, man. Fred just be keeping me so hyped up. I don't even know where to begin. I got all these notes, but he just goes through them because he's answering as I go. So I'll be like, I don't even need them, man. But the one question I wanted to ask you was, how did you feel immediately after the transplant? You know, you get home and everything, you're taking your anti-rejection medications. When was the first time after the transplant that you felt like, oh man, I'm feeling like feeling like the old Fred? Can
Um,
you expand on that? Yeah.
can I hit two moments? I want to hit two moments. The
Yeah.
first moment of the transplant, man, that bell, that ringing that bell, it did something to me, man. I just gotta say that. And I remember when I came in waiting for the surgery, and I remember seeing somebody ring the bell. And my wife was like, "You gonna ring the bell?" I'm like, "Yeah, I ring the bell. I ain't got no problem with the bell. The bell, just the bell. In that mindset, I can ring the
Right.
bell with the bell for. But when she broke that down and said, "You're ringing this bell because you're no longer on dialysis. You're ringing this bell because from me, someone actually died, and I got the kidney from somebody who's dead, and I'm ringing this bell of saying thank you. I'm ringing this bell to saying a newness of life.
Mm.
This is a reset for me, man. Big 6 feet 3 Fred Hill 240. Man, I broke down and cried like a baby, man. I'm gonna say it like this. I was so grateful, man. I was
Tears of joy.
grateful. I was so grateful, man, that for a little bit. But when I came back, the machine, the parameter, the sleep, the overnight thing, it's still on the
Yeah.
counter, and these boxes and still
Exactly.
things are still here. And so you walk in and man, I'm sorry, I'm about to start crying right now. Nobody has asked me this. So when I walk in, man, and I see these boxes, and I see this machine, and I see all these tubes, and I see the tape, and I see all these things, man, and I remember laying down in my bed and going to sleep, man, and there was no hookups or nothing to me. And so for me, man, for over 3 years, me or my wife, we didn't get a full night's rest. So that night when I came home, and man, you seeing these boxes and you seeing this machine right here, and I don't have to hook to this machine no more. I have a new life, man. To become appreciative, to understanding, man, and
Yeah.
grateful, thankful for the dialysis. Thank you for these doctors. Oh, thankful for it all. But man, listen now. Oh, I got a new chance. I'm unhooked from this, and now I'm hooked to a next level of life, man, and I can go after life like never before. Man, I'm so grateful, man. Thank you for saying that to me. And so every day, now I didn't get rid of the way because I had to do for 3 years. So I didn't get rid of it right away. I had to hold on to it to remind me, man, look where you've been. Now look at where you are.
Right.
Now determine where you're going. Do not allow this kidney, this man, to have died in vain. Do not allow the work that you've done to get to where you are to be in vain.
Right.
So you cannot go back to some of the things that you go, man, and live and represent. So every time I go, even right now, like I say, man, I get up because of the God that died for me, He died for me that I could have a chance to live, man. Come on. So who would not be appreciative to life and take that opportunity for granted? So, man, listen, that's why I live so big. I live big, man. So to understand, I guess, to Faro, it had to be that night when I came home and I seen that, and I realized that, man, I'm not on dialysis no more. Man, I'm not on dialysis no more. I'm not on dialysis no more. Oh my God. But the thing that I love about life was I didn't forget where I came from. So I still went back to the clinics. I still went back in the mornings, 5 o'clock, sitting there and talking to them. I still made little baskets that had juices and put fruit and put little snacks or whatever in there. I still went back, man. And so until COVID, all the way until COVID, when they told me I couldn't come back no more. So my whole mindset, man, that's nobody's ever asked that, man. Nobody, I've never been asked that question. And so I would say the first night when I actually came home and I didn't have to connect. Wow. I didn't. And the thing is, for me, for me, this is crazy because I had to go and I still had the tube in me. So I had the kidney and I still had the tube. So that's why it was so powerful that I didn't have to hook up, but I still had that tube in me, man. Man, I'm telling you, and when they actually scheduled and they took the tube out, man, I don't know, man. It was a rebirth. It was a reset at life.
It feels like almost like a freeing when they take it out of you. It's like they unshackled you or something like that. That's how I kind of felt like, man, I'm free. I'm free. What I can go out of town. I can go here.
Yes.
It's like you get so many. It's like you're limitless almost to the point. That's all I wanted to say. But go ahead, man.
Yes, man. I mean, think about. I had the bag that had the real long super cord that was attached. I didn't have to disconnect to go to the bathroom. So I had that extension that was connected. Right. So I would walk all the way in this cord and you using the bathroom or whatever, and this cord is attached to you. So man, that night, because I had to pee. To pee, and that thing wasn't attached to me. I mean, I don't know, man, because it's something that, because again, I had that long. So some nights, man, you turn and it would wrap around you, whatever, and then when that thing, man, when it drains, and sometimes it seems like it's sucking, and you don't have any fluid or anything left in you, man, that pain is beyond. Oh man, that pain is something else. So to be able to get a real night's sleep after the kidney transplant, man, because the hospital beds is it's nothing like your own. When you get
especially home, if you're a big man and you got to sleep in them hospital beds, boy, you be feeling your muscles. You be like, oh my goodness, feel like you're gonna die.
Yes, man. So for me, man, it was something, man. I just took life to that next level, man. Man, I pour mystery because, like you said, it's a freeing. It's like, God, I owe you. Because I'm gonna say this. I got the phone call they said, okay, Fred, get your bags together. You got two people, baby? You got two people in front of you, but we just want to let you know to get ready. And so that was that morning, man. We had plans. Me and Baby Doll had plans to go see comedian Nephew Tommy in Columbia. So that was gonna be our weekend, man. We was gonna enjoy ourselves. Done bought the tickets, and so that was that morning. Waiting. So man, it's like dog. They ain't calling me. I'm third person on the list. Listen, I'm paid this much for tickets. We got our room. Let's go have a good time. So we put the stuff in the bags, and when I tell you, man, hey, we walked in, man, and I'm lost for words, man. But it's the thing is for me. I know what God has for me is for me, but I didn't see it because there was two people in front of me. But I just want to encourage everybody. I mean, those time, or it may seem that it's not your turn, but you still don't throw in the towel because there's something. It's something when they call your name and they, hey, you got courage, stay pushing, stay going. Because the thing was, I was still living life. I want y'all to hear this, because understand, I was on dialysis. I was supposed to hook up that night. But the thing was, I was going to hook up, once everything was done, we got to the. But the mindset was, I'm living my life with my wife to go laugh and enjoy myself with the fluid in your life, regardless, until they call your name. And when they call, take your life to the next level. You live, you go get it, enjoy your chance to live. Yeah.
That's big, man. That's big. And that's funny. Like you said, you had two people in front of you. Those people were just illusions. It was for you, brother. And that's how it works, So that's pretty amazing story, man. Wow. Phil, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, man. I wanted to touch on something, man. I remember when I got your book and I read it. It was right before I went into the hospital when I had peritonitis and, I had to make that transition to hemodialysis. I was on PD for 9 years, and then had to make that transition into hemodialysis. And I remember my dad said, "Man, you got anything? You need me to bring to you?" Because I was in there for a while, in there for about 3 weeks. And I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Need you to bring me that book that's sitting there on my bed. Bring my laptop and everything else." And I read this, and the first thing that came to me was the beginning of chapter 7. It says, "You have the power to reset your life at any given moment." And that spoke volumes to me because it felt like I needed to hit a reset button on my life right now. Because having to go from peritoneal dialysis to hemodialysis is a very big switch.
Yeah.
If you've ever, anybody's ever been on either one of those, or have ever had to go from one to another, it's a big switch, to go. And so I've had to go from hemodialysis to peritoneal dialysis, peritoneal dialysis back to hemodialysis. I remember the first time around, those first 3 years of hemodialysis wasn't the best for me. 3 months into me going on the hemodialysis, I ended up needing a brain surgery because of the heparin that I was getting from that dialysis. So, it wasn't the best time for me, those 3 years of being on hemodialysis. And so I made a point that this time around was going to be different. The way I went about my life was going to be different. And the way that, I go into this center was going to be different. Me and Mr. Cook talk a lot. And I told him, I said, man, I'm going to bring everything that he's done back. Try to bring in as, much weightlifting things as I can. Start, bringing in, some snacks and things like that. Just start talking to people and doing things like that, just try to help these people out. But that was one thing that stuck out to me a lot in that book, man. And I appreciate you sending it to me for sure.
Man, that's my pleasure. I mean, I look at life, man. I look at this, man. I control me. My life, your life is a sum total of the decisions that you've made. And in the times of things that maybe you didn't decide, the unexpected things, you didn't decide for that to happen, but you did choose your response to what happened. So it's when it comes to life, man, you are. I don't care where you've been. I don't care, man. When you see in your mind, I have a son at 100. Come on, man. It's never too late. And you looking at his wife was, Bible readers, his wife, Sarah, was barren. She couldn't have kids, but yet a miracle took place. And if you think about being their age, no Viagra was, they didn't have Viagra at that time. So, that had to be a miracle in itself. I'm just being honest, what I'm saying? It was being honest. So
real talk.
The reality. is change your life, man. Just hit that reset button. I think the main thing the reset is when you reset something, everything goes black and everything is disconnected. So in that time, when you choose to change your mind, that's when you've hit the reset button, because I choose to change my mind. What it was before. And so that mindset, when I look at it as a reset, you know, it don't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And it's not easy. So don't let me make you feel to say it's not easy, because I'm gonna say this: to beat this, that's not an easy thing, because that makes you the exception. I'm about to scream for a second. I'm excited. That makes you the exception. And what doesn't make you better, it makes you the exception. That everybody else who didn't make it except me, I made it. You know, and it doesn't make me better. It don't make me belittle anybody else. But when you put that work in and you choose to reset your life, it makes you the exception. Way that everybody went down except me. Nobody made it except me. Nobody came out except me. Nobody else got this except me. But the thing is, I can't be like my doctor told me. If you put the work in, that's you've owned that. That's the law of attraction. That law means it's a predictable consequence of an act. That's what law means. There's a result that is coming every single time. You're gonna attract the result of what you work for. So if you put in this work and it's mediocre, then what's coming to you is going to be mediocre. But if you put in the work, that law of what is great, then what comes to you is going to be great. But the work itself, listen, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. My word to you is that you do it. You can reset your life, put your mind to it, make it happen. And I'm going to tell you this: God will send the Tafaros. God will send the Philip Joneses. God will send the Dwellin Williams. God will send Dr. Alexandria Rosa.
I agree. I totally agree.
Christy, God will send next. Because I'm promising you, I was just trying to do what I could do by writing a book and by going and by doing. And God has sent the Anthony Reed. If by some chance, somehow, I connected with Anthony, and now I'm connected to you guys. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just wrote the.
It's almost like, you know, to the point where you just
didn't know how I was going to get it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's almost like once you put the first foot forward, God will lead your steps, open up doors for other opportunities, all these things that happen. And sometimes you can even look back and you go, wow, how did all this happen? Wow, what? And it just unravels in the most beautiful, elegant way. And you still look back like, man, how did it happen? I don't even know what, you know. And that's why I always say, you know, even when I'm talking to my wife, I go, if you really look at it, we've gotten everything we always wanted. You know, it might take some time and things like that, but if you really look at the big picture, everything you always desired, you've always got. You know, when I was going through dialysis, I always desired to have a family. I didn't have a family at the time. Wow. I always thought, you know, I would see people get married. I would see my friends and stuff get married and everything, and I was like, man, I hope one day I can, you know, have some kids and get married and stuff like that. And I just left it there. And wow, all of a sudden, as soon as I got a transplant, kids, family, you know, married, all these things start happening. And those are the things I desired at that time, you know, and it's just, and you look back and you go, wow, you know. So I truly believe we always get what we desire. And that's just, you know, one of my points.
Yeah, he went out for a second. Give it a second, be back. Here we go.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. My connection went out, man. But
You're good.
yeah, but everything that you were saying when I went out is that's the truth of it all, you know. But one thing I do want to say, like you say, when you put your best foot forward, all these things happen. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was terrified. I mean, to tell my story, yeah, a little nervous. Will I be judged? Number one, people gonna judge me because of my past. Well, people gonna, am I too energetic? You know, because some people say, well, hey, don't take all that, you know. So, deal with to sit and just talk because, man, I'm just excited life. But somebody else may say, well, you're doing too much. I don't like to listen to him. So the mindset is how will I be received? Will anybody want to hear my story? Is my story even worth? Do anybody want to read my book? And so, but the mindset was, even though I was scared, I still had to do it. And even in the next steps of the things that I desired, I was the place when I know you, Tafaro, and I know been doing. You guys are Vernon, if that makes sense. So when I see what you're doing, and it tells me, well, listen, man, you can do this. Reset, go, make it happen. Make it happen. So when I'm talking, I ask you questions because the things is, I don't know. I've talked to Philip. I've talked to you. Well, how do you do this? How do you, because I don't know. I absolutely do not know. This is totally new to me. I have no clue of this YouTube restream, all this computer stuff. I'm old school. I have no clue, but I'm not afraid to ask because you guys are Mr. Vernon's to me. Y'all doing it, man. Y'all doing it real big. And I'm just happy to just hold on to the coattail and just be a part of it, man. Thank you, man. I just want to say thank you to all of you and all those who are watching. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Y'all are Mr. Vernon's to me.
Well, we thank you, man. And like I said, Phil had to hold my hand because I'm old school to the fullest. And I'll be like, Phil, to do what? Phil be like, push this button. Philip know all that stuff, man. He be had to walk me through it like a kindergartner. But it's all good. He laughed because it's true. But I get it, man. That's how I am also. But I'm not scared to take the chance, just like you, Fred. I'm not scared to put the foot forward. And the reason why probably I don't fear so much is because I know I'm trying to do my best for everybody else too. And that's how we live. Hey, we put ourselves out there so we can make it greater for the good of all, and that's our goal, man.
Yes, you're right. I think for me, because it's new to me, it's the unknown.
That's it. Me too. Right.
Not knowing, and so, but when it just pumps me up. It's like, put the Superman cape on, man. Let's go be heroes. Let's go here and make it happen. I feel like I'm part of the Justice League. Whether you know it or not. Hey, I'm a big Marvel, a big DC fan since I was a kid, man. I mean, since Tonka trucks. Y'all might not know about that, but since the metal
I'm a Tonka truck, man. I had a sandbox Tonka trucks. My steam shovels, my imagination was crazy. Like, all right, I'm a dope kid, man. I'll tell you, I was that kid, man. Playing in the dirt. I was that kid.
Yeah, we played outside. That's when my grandma called it the spigot.
Right.
Don't come in the house. You go outside. You drink from the spigot.
Right.
So that's the
we didn't come in because we didn't come in because my mama has to work for you, man. So it was like, nah, I ain't going in.
You come back in the house again, you're gonna stay in the house.
That was it, man. You came. I'm talking about, it wasn't the part when it was, especially summertime. She may come out and say, I got a biscuit, and she give you a biscuit. You eat your biscuit on the porch, and then you keep on going. Right. When you wake up, you go outside.
That's it, man. You didn't even stay around the house. You didn't stay around.
I mean, come back into the house.
No.
We learn how to live and enjoy, man. I mean, I keep him outside and all. Now I try my best that when he was growing up, keep the games and everything from actually being that which raises him. Because I think that outside the falling, the bruises, the riding the bikes, and all these different things, man. I mean, peeing outside under them.
Yeah.
Outside, I
We
mean,
did.
that's just the thing. Enjoying life, man.
Yeah.
It's coming to the house for no reason unless you really got hurt. Then you go in the
Yeah.
house.
Unless you had to, and you know what? You might have had a little fight with your friend. You might have had a fight or with somebody else or something like that. But you just wipe it off, whatever, and keep on playing. You know,
Yes,
what? No big deal. You know.
yes. That was life, man. That was what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to.
Me
Because
too.
life was hard.
Yes. Yes.
But I thank God life is better. And so for me, I'm looking for greater in life, man. And I want to live life, man, like also Tafaro and all others, man. I just want to ride this train, man, until we all get to the place where God really has for
Yes.
all of us.
Okay.
In my mind, I know this is big, feel like this is the beginning, but this is a big
That's
thing, man.
it.
You guys are
It
doing
is.
it big, but I believe it's the beginning of something great. Yes, I do.
I
I
do
do.
too. Things are unfolding. Things are unfolding for this community, and I'm talking about the kidney community. Things
Yes.
are great. Things are unfolding, and you know, just like Kidney Trails is doing their thing. Hope with Jonathan, you, Second Chance, Kidney Care Coaches, Rosa. Hey man, it's a beautiful thing, and I love to see it. And I come from, you know, when I first got sick, it was in 1987. So
Wow.
again, I come from where, Fred, you know, I talked to you about this. I talked to Philip. There was nothing. There
Yeah.
was nothing. And then, you know, I was the only one at a, you know, still a teenager getting sick. Like, man, what's going on? You know, so just to see the evolution of everybody moving in the right direction for
Yeah.
the kids that are, you know, that might come into challenges with their kidneys and older people. There are resources out here. There
Yeah.
are Fred Hills out here. There are Second Chance out here, Philip and Jonathan. All these guys doing great things. So there's information out here, and that's beautiful. Go ahead, Philip.
No, you know, I say, you know, it's great to be in a position to be able to work with people like DeFaro Cook, like Fred Hill. You know, I mean, you know, DeFaro got just over 6 years, 6 more years than I do in this dialysis game. I got sick when I was 4 years old. So,
Oh man.
you know, to deal with it as long as I have, but also I've
Yeah,
learned so much that, you know, what I have learned, uh, you know, through this time of going through, you know, talking to kidney doctors and you know dialysis doctors, and you know having my transplant for 3 years. I have to go right back to dialysis.
Wow.
You know, it's to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to work with people like you guys, like Jonathan Traylor, like Jordan Williams, like Anthony Reed, is an awesome situation to be able to put that foot forward and be able to make a difference, you know, not just in your own life, but in other people's lives as well, because some
Yeah.
people may not have that specific nephrologist or nursing crew that can teach them. You know, they may need us to be able to be that guide for them to get them from point A to point B, for them to,
Yeah.
you know, be able to say, all right, no, I know what I need to do now to be able to get to the, you know, to the list, you know, and that's, I think, one of the biggest things that a lot of people deal with is that fight of being able to even get to the list. You
Wow.
know, a lot of people are older when they deal with these things, and you know they don't really have the uh, what's what I'm looking for. Um, I guess you could say guidance
Yeah.
to the point of where they can, you know, they understand what they need to do to be able to get on the list and stay on it, and be able to get to a point of where they can get a transplant and be able to live their life the way they need to. So, again, very grateful to be able to work with gentlemen like yourselves and like the other people that I named just a few minutes ago. So, appreciate both of you.
Thank you, man. Is it okay, man, for me? I pray. I pray that this book, man, that it bless many. If you don't have it, listen. Go to Amazon.com. Amazon.com. I promise you, if you know someone that's on dialysis or someone that has kidney disease, if you have a transplant, I promise you, this book will transform them.
Yes, it will.
From get from point A to point B, is coming. So where it goes directly with the book. Page, and so it holds you hold yourself up, not just reading something and getting motivated and getting pumped up. Now the steps that are added to say, okay, listen, it's no one's fault if you don't get it, but our own. So now I just wanted to take it to that next level, to be that Vernon, if that makes sense, to be that Mr. Vernon in your life personally, to let you know that you can reset your life, not just by Fred Hill motivating and pushing, but helping you with the steps, daily steps that will change your life forever and your loved one's life forever. So I urge you, go to Amazon.com. I pray that it would change your life, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear what you have to say and what you think about the book itself. And follow me, YouTube, Dialysis Not Your Life, in Instagram, Facebook, Fred Hill. However, find me on Fred Hill. Man, I'm just thrilled, man. Thank you guys for this opportunity to be here, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm pumped up, man. I'm pumped up. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep again tonight. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, man, we really appreciate having you, man. We love the energy. You know, I don't care what anybody else says. I love the inspiration, the motivation, and all of it. I love hearing you. I love not just hearing you, but just feeling you. And I can feel the energy that it resonates with me. It gives me encouragement. It makes me strive. And I just wish anybody who had any kind of challenges, not just kidney, but just any kind of challenges, to hear you speak, man, because it's going to give them energy. And that's what people have to hear, the spoken word. And when they hear these things, it resonates deep into their soul. And that's what moves mountains, man. So thank you once again, man.
Man, thank you for this opportunity. And hey, we coming back. We're gonna work. We working together. We're gonna come strong.
Oh, for sure,
We're gonna take
boss.
this word by storm, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it like this, man. I'm in California tonight. Oh, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm in California tonight. Oh, sitting at my table. I'm in California. California. No doubt
Right, knows how to party.
Yeah, man.
Right,
I appreciate
right.
it, Mr. Jones. We in California tonight. All right.
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. I'm in Florida tonight. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, I'm in Florida. Let's go.
We in South Carolina.
Yeah.
For sure.
I hear you,
Yeah.
man. Hey, this is what it takes, man. Honestly, man, that coming together here, man. We in different states, man, and changing lives, man. And so I'm just grateful to God, man, for you guys, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for the connection. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, wonderful, man. Wonderful. Go ahead, Phil. Take it away.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna play this real quick announcement. I'm gonna touch on it for a quick second afterwards. Mr. Hill, you can stay on if you want to. Mr. Cook, you as well.
I'm gonna be on. I'm not going nowhere.
I just wanted to let you guys know that June 30th, we'll be having our blood pressure and diabetes conference. This will be the third conference that myself, Mr. Cook, and Mr. Triller put together within the past 8 months. We working diligently and consistently on getting this information to you, however you need it. We're getting the best people that we can get to bring this information to you. We got Mr. Hill that's definitely going to be on with us as a moderator. Coming up, Dr. Rosa is going to be on as well as Tim Jackson from Kidney Trails will also be a moderator with us for that evening. As of right now, we have Dr. Shrika Brookins that'll be coming to you answering questions on blood pressure, and then we will also have Lindsay Ducharme that'll be speaking on from the nutritional side of everything. And so, we're in a process of getting a couple more things put into effect that'll be coming along with this conference that we're putting together right now. And we're looking forward to it. We look forward to all the conferences that we do, being able to bring you the information that we can bring you and help you on your kidney journey. So again, thank you all for watching tonight. We appreciate you all. Mr. Cook, Mr. Hill, you got anything you want to say?
I just want to say thank you again, man. I appreciate I love being on with you guys, man. For some reason, y'all bring the best out of me. I've been telling myself I'm not gonna cry, but some reason y'all hit the emotion part and pull it, man. I don't know, man. I just thankful, man, and I want to give a shout out to my baby sister. She was on watching tonight. I just grateful for her being on, and I gotta give a shout out, man, to my lovely wife and to my awesome son. I mean, because without them, I would not be here, man. And so I just wanted to say thank you to them as well, man. I just had to throw that out, man. Thank you again. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everybody out there who's listening and watching, and I hope your guys are inspired and motivated by Mr. Fred Hill. And again, man, dialysis is not your life. Please go to Amazon and grab this book. It's life-changing, especially if if you're on dialysis or if you need a kidney transplant or if you're going through any of those things. I, from Tafaro Cook Kidney Care Coaches, recommend this book.
Wow, thank you, man. Thank you.
And again, we appreciate you all watching to tune tonight or watching the replay in the future. We hope you come back and view with us again, and we'll see you later.
All right.
Peace.
Hi, everyone. I'm Camille Cook, the family nurse practitioner, the creator, the developer, the chef, and the cook of crack. Well, Creamy Crack, the addictive, all-natural body cream. I have a background in dermatology and cosmetic surgery, and I created a 98% organic and a 2% all-natural body cream in 2011 for both my son and husband. My son, who suffered from the irritating symptoms of eczema, and my husband, who was a 2-time kidney transplant survivor and who was on kidney dialysis for over 10 years. They both suffered from the dry, itchy, scaly, and flaky skin. And as a mom and a wife, and with a background in dermatology as a nurse practitioner, I couldn't stand back and see them suffer any longer. So I got into the kitchen and started cooking crack. Well, Creamy Crack again, the all-natural body cream. It moisturizes, it replenishes, it restores, it heals and protects your largest organ. You got it, your skin. I have been able to make such a difference in the lives of those people who suffer from the irritating symptoms of being on kidney dialysis or who are awaiting a kidney transplant, and also for those who suffer from eczema. Those people or individuals have suffered way too long and tried too many things to help their skin come back to life. I am so honored and grateful for you to try this all-natural body cream. Again, that's going to help you look and feel better with your skin. Creamy Crack can be found on all social media platforms at Creamy Crack Body Cream, or can be purchased at creamycrackbodycream.com. I look forward to serving you, sharing with you, and making an impact in your life. I hope you'll go out and try Creamy Crack, the addictive, all-natural body cream. Thank you.